Hello and welcome to the latest Fremo update. I'm calling this the Fremo pregame. We'll be at Timonium, Maryland next weekend with the Capital Fremo Group setting up. It's been about 2.5 months since our last show with them down there, and unfortunately we didn't get much progress done on the modules as far as scenery. We did some minor scenery things, a few little structures, some improvements to the transload, but overall not as much as I would have liked to accomplish. We were a little busy with work and some other things. However, in this video, what we did do is get to work on the trailer a little bit. In the past, the trailer, we had a rack, like kind of shelves on the left side that we could kind of carry the modules in and slide in from the side into these racks. And we were finding that a lot of the stuff was getting damaged, and they were moving around more than we'd like. And also the issue was that when we built the shelves, we built it so the buildings would be removable. And we did taking the buildings on and off to do kind of more damage to the buildings. So we want to permanently mount all the buildings and be able to just slide them in as a complete module. So you can see here, we took everything out of the trailer, and now we're putting in this new kind of framework to hold our modules. We're trying to go as lightweight as possible with it to keep the weight, overall weight on the trailer to a minimum. And we've been able to fit, we basically need racks for 7 2x6 modules, which are, there's three components for cheesesteak 1, one component for cheesesteak 2, the bridge module, and then 2 of the keystone modules for the loops. Then the rest of the modules we're kind of fitting in as we can. You can see up there on the top left, there's the one that says F is the keystone module. The one that says A with another one up there are 2 parts of the short parts of the loop. So we were able to put the loop parts on the top shelf and get some of the loop stuff out of the way. However, we had to, at the rear of the trailer against like kind of the front wall, you can kind of see us way back in there above that spare tire. We're building the racks to hold the larger curve section, which you see strewn out on the driveway. I just swung the camera around there. We actually were having a pretty good forest fire on the next mountain over from where we're on. And it went on for about 3 or 4 days. And I turned down the volume, otherwise you'd hear the helicopters that were scooping water out of the Lehigh River and dumping it on the fire. We're kind of working a way to hold those curve sections in place while we're driving. Behind those curved sections, you can also see we have tubes, like 6-inch PVC pipes that we use to hold the legs for all the Y and the curve section. The Y is the only section, or the only component that we're actually not going to have good storage for. That's going to still be in the the portable rack that we made for it, which is just basically plates that hold the whole thing together. And we're storing that in that space where Jimmy's working right now back there, is where the Y goes. And everything just fits. You can see on the right there, we have the leg storage. Those are the original cheesesteak legs. We've since, used a different style. And these adjusters at the bottom are honestly crap. They're 3D printed, fixtures, but they basically a piece of wood that slides up and down. And seemed like a good idea at the time, but they're not very easy to use. As I went over a lot in the last couple of videos about having the adjusters, number one, having like the curved adjusters, like there we go, that's one of the adjusters. Having the rotor, the ones you can turn, and having them at the top is ideal. I don't think Jimmy likes the legs on those because they're the cheesesteak legs are the most stable. So we're going to retrofit those legs with just the big 3D printed rotary adjusters that would sit on the bottom. So that's actually a little bit of Capital Fremo history there. That's from our original back in 2008 or whatever. One of the members, I don't know who, built those, kind of gave them out to everybody. I know that I think Bob Edmondson designed the graphic on the stickers, and then Larry, who's no longer with us, Larry built the. He actually worked at Six Flags and was able to print the stickers up there. There you can see the curved sections. We were going back and forth with the spare tire. We were going to weld something to the front of the trailer to hold the tire, and and we might still do that, but for now it's fine where it is right there. And there's the there's the Y section all bundled together, and you can see it now if you look carefully in there. You can see it in the back there. It's all shoved in there. So. We hope to see you at the Timonium. Stop by, say hi if you're there, and we'll do some filming there, maybe of the module. We did make some new additions to some of our freight trains, like the Reading Fast Freight, the Auto Rack train, and I'll probably be doing some videos on those specific cars in the future. But so as I said, please stop by and say hi at Timonium. We're usually in the North Hall, and I think we'll be there again. I'm not certain on that, though. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them there on our modules or how we did anything. And if you're interested generally in Fremo, could maybe help you with that. And, the Capital Group is a great group to get involved with if you're interested in Fremo. Fremo is... If you live in an apartment, if you are, transient, going to be moving in a little bit, or you're renting, and it's a great way to get started in model railroading and not have to, have a giant basement to do it in. My son uses his Fremo modules as his home layout between shows. Just puts them together, and he operates them almost every night. So it's a great way, and then it's again we set up with Capital Fremo, but it's not an organized group. We don't have any dues, we don't have any membership, we don't really have anything. It's just very informal, and it's just like, hey, we're gonna be here, and we'll see you there, and let us know if you're coming so we can work you into the plan. And that's pretty much the way it is with most Fremo groups. So. It's again a great way to get into model railroading without having to build a giant home layout. So again, thank you for watching, and happy model railroading. Take care.